on my phone so I can see the chat on there as well. On there as well. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Courier. It is my mission to simplify YouTube so you and I can grow together. We are here with a little impromptu live stream. Since, the world around us is vastly shutting down, why not hop online, say hi to everybody. Interesting thing to know, oh, there it goes. So I'm actually live streaming on my iPad. So let me know how the audio is. We're a little bit different setting here. Figured I'd get outdoors. It's a nice sunny day here in upstate New York. So I figured I would give this a try. So I got the chat on my phone, so forgive me if I'm looking down to read it, but what's going on? We are Lego, TLY Rider, Construction Cronies out there, Inverted Gamer, who else we got? Zugamugo, Damian Malczewski, Stuart Video out there as well. Good to see everybody. About the same as your Wednesday streams. But yeah, we're obviously outdoors. As you can see, we are definitely outdoors. Tried to find a quiet spot. The first spot I picked got a little noisy because the kids came out because, like I said, it is a nice day. And since we can't do anything else, I guess it's good that we can go outside and enjoy the weather. But figured I'd hop on, say hello to everybody, have a conversation. I'm sure no matter where you are, there's been some type of adjustment or change based on this fun little virus thing that's going around. So I figure what better way to break the monotony than jump online, chat with our fellow content creators, see what everybody's up to, and see what's going on in your neck of the woods. If you're in the chat right now, let me know exactly where you are in the world and what is going on in that part of the world. I'm in upstate New York. They've officially basically shut down everything here in upstate New York. They shut down a large percentage of the schools have shut down. My kids' schools shut down for next week, with probably more time coming. There's a lot of school districts here that have shut down for the next 5 weeks. Basically, the 5th week is our spring break for most of these schools, so they've essentially shut down school between now and spring break with the hopes that by then everything will be over. We got people out there in Germany, New Jersey. I see Pittsburgh, New York, Texas. Good to see everybody coming and hanging out. School's closed, says we are Lego. But yeah, due to the coronavirus, COVID-19, New York is essentially shut down. So it kind of a preemptive. I mean, there are some areas that had a little bit of an outbreak, but most of this is preemptive with the idea that the potential spread is from people that don't have symptoms. So that's at least the approach they're taking here in a lot of places. You can hear the dogs barking in the background because, of course, we're outside. So I can make no guarantees in terms of what noises, extracurricular noises we might have here and around the area. Rochester, New York out there as well. Good to see you. Virginia, California. I live in Europe. I don't go to school. My city is like in movies. No one goes out. Absolutely. Queens, New York, home of Spider-Man. All right. We got people from kind of all over the place here. But Kansas here, nothing closed yet, but nowhere to get TP. Yeah, it's the strangest thing. I don't know why people think they are going to suddenly need to use the facilities more than normal, but we didn't have to run out and get toilet paper because we actually had what we would consider our normal supply. And since we shop at Sam's Club, I think it'll be more than enough for us to make it through. But yeah, people went out and lost their minds and bought up all the hand sanitizer. There was one idiot who went out and bought like 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. You could probably find him and his brother out there on Twitter, but pure idiot tried to make a financial gain by scalping it on Amazon, and karma came around and bit him in the butt. Gets to somebody who can actually use it instead of those two idiots. But that's the kind of stuff that you're dealing with. people see opportunities even when it's at the expense of other people, and that's just really not the way you should go about it. You know, surprisingly, I wandered over here because I'm a good distance away from the house, you know, totally forgetting that the iPad is running on Wi-Fi. So let me know how the signal is on the stream. If it starts to get questionable, let me know. I can always move closer to the house. But I am fine. My family's fine. We nobody in my county where I live, I think there's 2 confirmed cases from like a week ago. But they quarantined them and everybody they know. And as far as I've heard, there have been no additional outbreaks around them. I think the biggest outbreak in New York is like Westchester, which is down on Long Island. I think that's where that is. And they have some type of containment area down there. But for the most part up here, it's just everybody reacting to everything else that's shutting down. So jump in the chat really quick, say hello to everybody. I see Thin Blue Lane, RV Life, good to see you. People can record videos about coronavirus, put affiliate link and make money. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly one way to do things. John Pullum just signed on. I sure hope POV is still going to happen, and the people I paid to see that I really want to see show up. If we are unable to go because of this, are there refunds available? So we're going to make that decision in terms of the future of People of Video, probably in a couple weeks. We want to give enough time to really see the scope, but as you must imagine, there is massive amounts of planning that goes into a conference like that. I've been planning that conference now for a year, so canceling it is no minor undertaking. So obviously there's a lot of money at play, and everybody's got schedules, and we have speakers who are flying in from all over the country, all over the world, really. So obviously it involves a lot, but we're definitely going to make that decision. I want to give it, I don't want to cancel it too soon, but at the same time, if we end up needing to change it in any way, I want to make sure there's enough time to do that. Unfortunately, it's not about me and my desire to have it go on as planned. It's really what the state and government officials do in terms of everything around us, because if it were scheduled here in March, it would already be canceled because gatherings over a certain number, I think it's like over 50 people or whatever, have been frowned upon. So you're just not able to have it. But we are scheduled for May. There is still a slight chance, but only time will tell. I can't say that it's looking super optimistic, but we will address that and reach out to anybody that purchased tickets in the event that we have to make any changes. There's a couple different ways we can approach it, and we're looking at all of them and hoping to find the best way to move forward. But if you are in a situation where you absolutely can't come or you don't feel comfortable coming, even if we have it, definitely reach out to info at People of Video, and we'll be sure to take care of you. But unfortunately, it's not, you know, it would be easy to be selfish and say we're going to have People of Video no matter what. And unfortunately, it's just going to be, you know, there's so many other things at play. Obviously, you look at what's happened with all the sports that canceled. NCAA tournament was canceled, so all those kids, maybe the kids that are in their senior years trying to play, you know, for their last chance at a national championship, that was done away with. My daughter does competitive color guard, and they called them all into a room and canceled the season that day. So all of their future competitions, all of their you know, travel and everything for the teams, including the seniors, they were just. John Pullum, I know speaking entertainment business, ton of events are being canceled. I look forward to hearing how it goes for People of Video. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for, like I said, I've been planning People of Video for a year, and it's the last thing that I would ever want to have to do for the very first one is cancel it or postpone it or have to do something like that. But at the end of the day, it won't kill me if it happens. You know, we got to do what's best for everybody, and we'll figure out exactly what that looks like. Ann's Parade says, our public and private schools closed for 6 weeks. Philadelphia is hoarding a large amount of supplies. Too much quarantines, only 2 weeks. So that's the other thing. So it's interesting to see. I'm always curious where people get their information from, because a lot of people who canceled things only canceled them to the end of, some canceled to the end of March, some canceled to the end of April. So it's really going to depend on how all this plays out. And, hopefully if, this whole thing of shutting everything down really contains it quickly, and we fare better than, Italy seems to have fared, then hopefully that will help speed things up. But honestly, don't know. So I don't want to say 100% in either way exactly how we're going to do that. But we're definitely looking at it, definitely going to do everything we can to minimize its impact. But at the end of the day, we just got to see how that all unfolds. But I see Coney out there. We have Harley in the chat as well. Good to see you. Beep, beep. I'm a sheep. Good to see you as well. Life in Third Grade School Squad. RC Mod Squad, Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you guys. If you happen to be new to the live stream, you just happen to catch us on a Sunday. We don't typically live stream on a Sunday. We do Wednesday live streams, 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you do want to come hang out, ask YouTube questions, and try to grow your channel here on YouTube, definitely subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get alerts on our regularly scheduled live streams. But since everything is kind of up in the air these days, I figured I'd hop on here on a Sunday in a little bit different scenery, since it's so beautiful outside right now, and I'm actually here in a t-shirt. So it's been a little while since we've been able to come out in this kind of weather. So figured I would do a couple things. Inside the Lab, I support your decision. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's not an easy decision. It's the, having to cancel or make some other significant change to it is so far from what I would ever want to do, especially with the time and effort that we've put into it so far. But, at this point, as you can see around the world, this is much bigger than me as an individual or any individual who's speaking or attending. So we ultimately have to do what makes the most sense for everybody involved. But we are going to give it a little more time to kind of see how things unfold. And we will know in the next week or two exactly what that might look like. And we will reach out to everybody. Yeah, John Pullum says, I don't even know if my son's high school graduation will happen. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And unfortunately, it's a weird situation, because you can't go out and say, oh, well, I'm just going to more so carrying it to somebody else and getting them sick. I think is, I personally am not super concerned about getting it, but the idea of giving it to somebody who is potentially at risk, I think would be a really unfortunate thing to do. So let's see what we got out here. I love lunches too. I'm assuming, let's see, is that happy Sunday, everyone. Good to see you, Harley. I'm not sure if my family need to go into quarantine. I put on a large convention, people around the world once. I know the time and stress. I can't imagine having all this thrown into the loop. Yeah, and it's pretty interesting, because we have VidFest / Podfest, and then I came home, and the idea was going to be to focus in on getting all the last minute stuff planned for People of Video. My family is also scheduled to go to Disney in April for the first time in several years, and that obviously is not looking too promising either. So we have the potential to have quite a few things, unfortunate things that we've been planning for a while, cancel in a matter of months. So only time will tell exactly what that's all going to look like. Hey Dan, I got a question. So just recently discovered that my GoPro is compatible with my editing software, and it has the date and year in the top left corner, and I don't know. I'm not sure which part of that is a question. Oh, how to actually do is just zoom in slightly until it pushes the date off the screen. So you're basically just cropping your image. If you can do that and still get the footage that you want, then you can get the data off the screen. But if it's actually burned into the video footage, that's going to be the only way that you're going to be able to hide that. So you just take whatever editing software that you are and kind of crop it in or zoom it in depending on how your settings work, and that'll get it so it doesn't display in your final product. All right. Zugamugo, I would say just cancel everything 2020 and plan for 2021, as it is after the election. When did coronavirus happen in China? I think and I'm not an expert, but I think it was either December. Was it December when they got the first one in China? I could be wrong, though. Well, it's one. So RC Squad says, I think he wants to turn it off in the GoPro. So yeah, I mean, if you want it off on future footage, then I would just Google how to turn the timestamp off. If you already have footage and you're trying to not get it to display from that footage, then you can crop it. But yeah, there's got to be a setting. I don't know what the setting is off the top of my head, but it's probably just a toggle. So just do a quick search if you don't have the instructions for GoPro. Google search how to remove timestamp from footage, and that'll get you what you need. I saw a TV document in the UK saying that China have it from June 2019, but didn't say anything. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so I certainly couldn't speak on that, but all I would say is try to, the biggest thing is there's going to be so many people with so many opinions on this, and people, unfortunately, who want to sell whatever it is they're selling, whether that's getting views and stuff online. So I would say when in doubt, just go to the CDC and WHO websites and try to react based on the information that they provide, because unfortunately people are going to exploit this for monetary gain, because it is such a hot topic. Obviously, this is what everybody's talking about. Plus, there's a lot of people that are, home and they're going to the internet, going to the internet and watching extra stuff, which is kind of the point of this live stream, to talk to you guys and see what you think the impact of all these people are going to be on spending extra time at home, potentially not working, how that's going to impact us as content creators and YouTubers, because there's two obvious sides here that I'm seeing. Is one, obviously there's a lot more people, if you're somebody who has content that does better in the summer when kids are out of school and all that, you have a large influx of people who are now going to be at home. The potential negative of that, which we kind of saw, and potentially we saw, Roberto Blake was trying to go live earlier today, and I don't know if he ever successfully did, but the idea that there's also probably a much higher, potentially higher impact on your local internet service provider. I mean, obviously everybody's home, everybody's probably on their devices, and what that looks like during the week, if it has a noticeable impact at all. I don't know how different it's going to look between people who are at work on the internet versus people who are at home on the internet, but it is something to consider. Let's see, how many cases do you have in your country? Oh, in our country, Wi-Fi is fine, says DeLaFlow. I'm going to do what DC said. In theory, there's going to be a lot more people looking for content. So if you haven't made content on your channel in a while, now is probably a great time to get some new content out, because you're probably going to have an influx of viewers on YouTube. So that's definitely something worth targeting and seeing exactly what that looks like, because people are going to be going stir crazy. They're going to be in their houses. Some people who like self-quarantine for 2 weeks are going to be looking for stuff to entertain them. So now is a great time to pump out as much content as you can. Harley says the first official case in China was November 17th. John Poem, good time on the cough. Yeah, I've also noticed, I don't know how you guys, but the idea of like being self-conscious about coughing in public. I mean, everybody probably coughs, normally for whatever reason. Tickle, swallow wrong, all kinds of things. But now it feels like every time you cough in public, everybody's going to look at you like, why did he cough? Why is he coughing in public? He should be at home. Actually had a post from somebody that I know. Oh, I think it was Daryl Eves who posted it. where he said he was eating I don't know, he was eating a sandwich or something and accidentally sucked down a piece of lettuce and started coughing, and everybody looked at him like he had the plague. So definitely something to consider. All right, let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any. If you do have any specific questions that you want me to read on the live stream, just make sure you tag at Creator Fundamentals so I don't miss them. I am getting an occasional message that says the internet is unstable. So guys, let me know in the chat how the stream, is it coming across good? Is it buffering or anything? Let me know how well we're doing on the internet signal. But let's see. Got that. Okay, I think I covered that. But I'm curious, let me know, have you guys seen this as an opportunity as a content creator? Have you come up with a plan to put out more content now that there's going to be potentially a lot of people who are looking for additional content now that they have some extra time on their hands? Let me know in the chat. I'm looking at the chat down here, so it's easier to read on my phone than on the iPad. So, all right, here. Oh wait, let's see. So I got all this stuff here. That's not what I want. What do I want? Try and do that. Oh, there we go. So we can do nice. So I'm live streaming right now with Prism Live Studio, who, by the way, is the title sponsor for People of Video. So it is great that they have supported the event, and you know, we really want to be able to have an event to showcase them, because they've been awesome in helping People of Video or make People of Video a reality. So they have all kinds of cool stuff down here. I'm just kind of looking. Let's see. There you go. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to tag at Creator Fundamentals. It took me 24 months to figure out my hyper-focused niche and over 300 videos. Absolutely. Just keep making content and trying to learn what your audience really wants. How long did it take you to find your real niche? I know you had other channels. I changed my channel from a commercial about my service to more viewer friendly, but don't have a set niche yet. So for me personally, obviously with Creator Fundamentals, I did Creator Fundamentals from day one with trying to help people learn how YouTube works. I have obviously adjusted the messaging and the you know, the underlying slogan or what it is I'm trying to do. When it first started, it was build a foundation for YouTube success. And we've done deliver your value, which still holds true, and more recently YouTube Simplified. Basically just trying to communicate the same thing to people, that you know, just learning the fundamentals and trying to grow on the platform. My other channel, that's probably had more of an identity crisis through its time, and it's called The Average Dan. Guy's approach to problem solving. It started with like car repairs and things like that, and over time it kind of evolved into an outdoor channel. My wife and I did a renovation of a travel trailer, a camper, and so I did a whole series on that and started pulling in people that way. And I've kind of committed to making it an outdoor channel going forward, since my brother has a YouTube channel called This Life Outdoors, where he focuses on the outdoors, and he's recently been doing some, he built a pallet wood cabin and those kind of things. So for future's sake, I think those two play well together. So I've kind of committed that channel to being a, to sticking with outdoors, and in short order here, we're going to be able to, you know, make more content outdoors and camping and that sort of thing. So I'm actually facing my, right in front of me is our travel trailer. We have a 33-foot Jayco travel trailer that we're going to be spending a lot of time in this summer. So, but yeah, I mean, discovering, I would say it's, for a lot of people, it can kind of be difficult to figure out exactly what you want to make content about. When you're first starting out though, if you're trying to just get a handle on making good videos, then don't be, super concerned with being too focused. I know that's contrary, because the more focused you are, the faster you grow. But if you need to learn the skills first, don't handcuff yourself by preventing yourself from making videos because you don't know. I just heard a really big bird above my head. That'd be really good television or video here if it swooped down on me. But anyway, you just need to, it's so much more important to learn the skills. And once you have the skills, then you can kind of focus in on a particular niche, but you just want to get in the habit of doing that and learning exactly how everything works and how you can reach people. Your one video on your other channel even helped me change a taillight on my van. Yeah, and it's funny too, because I did so many videos like that on that other channel, which were simply our vehicles. Something would break and I would do a video when I couldn't find a good one to help me, just so the next guy could figure that out. So yeah, that's cool, John. And those videos still get views. I get a lot of the car related videos do get a lot of views, especially with the Chrysler Town and Country, because there were so many people have them and they kind of had a lot of problems. So it's definitely a good topic to cover. But in any event, we can only hope that all of this stuff kind of dies down here in the that it doesn't go on for months and months, because that would kind of suck. But if nothing else, it's been an opportunity for us to learn a lot of lessons in terms of preparation and, when to take things seriously and, how to be prepared. Now, I don't think people should go out and build a bunker and fill it full of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. I don't think that's the right message to learn. But, just be aware that things can happen, and the more we're prepared, the better. But I do think that we are going to see a couple things. We're going to see an influx of viewers here on YouTube. We're also going to see a baby boom in 9 months. You guys can figure out exactly how that works. Yeah, this will definitely be, a milestone, a historic milestone that's going to have some definite effects on things to come. So. There are struggling small businesses everywhere right now. If you need content ideas, please make a promo video for your local small business and post it. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and that is the biggest thing that, depending on the small businesses, they are going to be hurting because people aren't going out as much. So, it's going to affect a lot of people a bunch of different ways, and definitely financially for those businesses that rely on heavy traffic to make ends meet. They're going to be in a hard spot. So, I mean, my wife and I, we've gone out, we haven't really gone to any high population places, but we have gone out and made it a point to visit some of our favorite local small businesses to support them. All right, here. Up till 3:30 the other night, filming and editing a video. Half that time was just sitting in front of the camera trying to think what would be appropriate after this stressful week. Yeah, and that's a great thing. There's going to be so many different, I don't think that anybody needs to go out and make content focused on the coronavirus. I think you just need to go out and make content on whatever it is you normally make content about, and be there for the people who just want to get away. Because honestly, it's not going to take long for people to absolutely get just tired of seeing anything related to the coronavirus, and they just want to go on YouTube and escape and watch a video on their favorite topic or their favorite creator. So being there for them, going out and creating content, making it a point to make some new content this week or in the coming weeks, I think is going to be valuable for your audience, and you have the opportunity to be there for them, doing what you already do and love doing, and that's making content. So if you want to be supportive of all these people that are spending time at home through necessity, then make content for them. put it out there, let them have that escape, whatever it is that you make content about, either you're educational or entertainment, and you know, give them the opportunity to go out and just take their minds off of it, because it's stressing everybody out. Like I said, there's so many like all the kids, all the high schoolers, college kids that you know, were in their senior years that had their seasons just end. So that has just got to be devastating. I mean, you work, you know, some of these kids work through, you know, multiple years being on varsity or working their way up to varsity. You know, their senior year, it's supposed, you know, they have this whole plan in their head of how it's going to unfold, and what they've been working towards. And then somebody just tells them, nope, you're done. Good luck in college, because nothing's, you know, nothing's going to be, nothing else is going to happen. It's unprecedented. Nobody in my lifetime or my parents' lifetime has experienced anything like this. So it's definitely a historic moment. The best we can do is make the most of it, try not to get other people sick. And there's some really interesting things out there in terms of, you know, this effect, because there's a lot of people that think that they're overreacting. And they basically, one of the really good quotes that I saw was that after, let me see exactly how that was worded so I don't butcher it, but it was essentially that you won't know if you overreacted to the pandemic, but you will know if you didn't do enough. Because if you overreact and it doesn't spread, then everybody's done their part, and there's going to be people that come out through ignorance and say, well, told you, this was no big deal. But it was probably no big deal because people overreacted and took precautions. You know, and not to mention, we like to say that, you know, it's only affecting elderly people or pre-existing conditions, but they're still people. You know, they're still people, mothers and fathers and grandparents and all that. And we want to do everything we can to keep our grandparents and mothers and fathers as safe as possible. So it's not so much about us and whether we're concerned about getting sick, but the last thing you want to do is be the person who gets your mom and dad or your grandparents sick because you couldn't be bothered to at least take a little bit of precaution and try to minimize you know, the impact or the effect or the spread if that's what's actually going on out there. So but yeah, I mean, stress, anxiety, all those things, if that's the type of content that you create, there's definitely some opportunities out there to you know, have those conversations as well without actually going down. Because I honestly don't know. YouTube is kind of, they came out with some, because, well, there's a very good chance that content that explicitly references coronavirus or COVID, kind of like this video title, is probably going to be suppressed. YouTube came out and said that because everybody's going to be talking about this, they would allow select channels to create content on it. But we all know what that means. It's probably the channels that make the most money, because YouTube is still a business no matter how we try to pretend otherwise. But I think that you know, just make content about whatever you want to. Try not to spread misinformation. Make content for your core audience. Got a helicopter or something coming through here, kind of loud. But yeah, and then just let happen whatever happens. There's no really telling exactly what they're going to do to the content, but takes me at least 4 days to get a video published, working in 4K, and just knowing more now it takes time when you work alone. Absolutely. Helicopter flying right over my head. Hey, but for those of you who hang out at our normal Wednesday live streams, let me know in the chat if you guys would like me to start doing live streams more like this, where we come out into the nice weather and try to do, you know, try to change the scenery up a little bit. Granted, once summer rolls around, the bugs are probably going to be a little bit crazy out here, so I don't know that I'll be able to do it all the time. And now the temperature's starting to go down a little bit here, even though it's still sunny. It's starting to get a little bit cold out here. But if that's something that you guys would be interested in, I could find some creative ways to get out of my studio and do some video or some live streams out and about here. Daily live streams are fine. I miss your channel reviews, damn. Yeah, the channel reviews are such a hard thing because yeah, it's tough. I think that they consume so much of the live stream, and so many people who aren't really committed to trying to improve their content kind of flood the live streams when you say you're doing channel reviews. So if we ever bring them back, we got to bring them back in a much different way. You know, one of the things that I could do is open up, maybe we'll try this. Since the memberships on the channel are starting to grow, maybe we'll try to mix in some channel reviews for channel members as a way to kind of bring that back a little bit, because you know, just to kind of weed out the people who literally come live stream after live stream and never actually fix anything, because it just doesn't. All the people who may want to actually improve kind of get lost behind those people that just continually ask for channel reviews just to hear their name, like they think that'll grow their channel somehow. But maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we'll do, because the lowest form of the memberships is $1.99. So I guess if people want to buy in and be a member, kids are riding around on electric dirt bikes behind the camera. So, but yeah, that might be a good idea. Maybe we'll do channel member live stream or channel reviews as a way to kind of test that water out. But in any event, just wanted to hop on, say hi to everybody, take this opportunity to see what you guys think. And the kids are getting progressively louder and progressively closer to me, so it's probably a good time to wrap this up. But if this is your first time coming and hanging out with us, the channel's Creator Fundamentals, we do these live streams normally on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, and there's over 300 videos on the channel that are focused on helping you simplify YouTube. So click the subscribe button and the bell to be alerted on future content. We're also focused on, now that I have an editor, on doing 2 videos a week. So that is going to be the goal. And when you have a live stream and the kids come out, it's like magnets. They can't help themselves. They get louder and closer to the live stream while you're doing it. So in any event, it's good that they can come out here and entertain themselves, because they're going to be out of school here for a while. But we'll see how it all goes. But thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out. I will see you guys Wednesday. Stay tuned for a new video that's going to be coming out early this week, maybe tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure when that next one is set to be edited, but it'll be out here soon. So take care, have a good day, and try not to go stir crazy if you're stuck in the house for a couple weeks. See you soon. Bye.